Hello students, this is Dr. Faizan Mirza. We are discussing body fluid compartments. Body fluid compartments basically tell you how different body fluids are divided in various compartments, and the volume of all these compartments stay more or less the same, which is essential because body functions cannot be performed at their prime most if these volumes are not maintained. This is all done by the process of homeostasis. Water in our body, it is added to the body by two major sources. 2100 ml per day is added from food and drinks, and 200 ml is added by the oxidation of carbohydrates in aerobic respiration. The equation of aerobic respiration can be recalled where a glucose molecule C6H12O6 is oxidized using 6 oxygen molecules to 2 carbon dioxide molecules plus 6 water, and 2870 kilojoules of energy is produced. This adds up to 2300 ml of water per day which is added to the body. Water loss from the body occur by 4 different processes. Number 1, there is insensible loss. Insensible loss, it's occurring when the person is not consciously aware. The water evaporates from surfaces of the body, for example, the respiratory tract and the skin. About 700 ml of water is lost per day. From the skin, there is a cornified layer which is having fat, and this prevents excessive water loss. But patients who are suffering from some burns or are in burnt ward, they lose essential water in large quantity, and they must be rehydrated because this cornified fat layer is removed. And the water which they are losing at a very fast rate, they must be rehydrated using IV infusion, which is quick as well as should be continuous. The second source of how water is lost from the body is through sweating. It depends on the extent of the physical activity of the individual as well as the climate in which the person is residing. 100 ml of water per day is lost by sweat. This can be triggered by hot climate, high UV index, or exercise or engaging in some kind of sporting events. The third cause of water loss from the body is through feces. 100 ml of water is lost per day. If a person is suffering from diarrhea, this can be fatal, and that's why we add ORS, sodium, potassium chloride, glucose-rich mixtures, Gatorade, and such drinks into the diet of the individual who is suffering from diarrhea to replenish the water, so the total body water stays constant. The fourth and last major source of loss of water from the body is through kidneys. 0.5 liter of water is lost per day, which depends on the intake and climate mainly. 60% of the person's body weight is water, and the adipose tissue, if the adipose tissue, it stores less water. So if the adipose tissue increases in an individual, the fraction of total body water would start to decrease. The percentage of total body water, it varies with age. Infants, it's about 75% of body weight, whereas for individuals above 1 year, the body weight is the total body water is about 60% of the body weight. So how do you calculate that? You just weigh a person in kgs and you just take 60% of that body weight. That tells you the total body water of that individual. The total body water is divided into 2 main compartments, but the third compartment can also be considered on a small basis. So these are extracellular fluid, intracellular fluid, and transcellular fluid. Extracellular fluid is outside the cells, intracellular fluid is inside the cell, and transcellular fluids are a type of a specialized ECF. For example, the synovial fluid, the cerebrospinal fluid, peritoneal fluid, and the pericardial fluid. We won't be discussing these fluids in this course though. The total body water is divided into 2 different categories, ICF and ECF. ICF is present inside the cell. This is the larger fraction of the total body water, 2/3 of the total body water. So 2/3 means 0.4 of the total body water. Whereas ECF is present outside the cells, and this includes this is the smaller fraction of the total body water, and 1/3 of the total body water is your ECF. 0.2 multiplied by total body water would give you the total value of ECF. ECF and ICF are separated by a layer, which you can probably just recall. This is simply the cell membrane. The cell membrane separates ICF from ECF. ECF is then further divided into two categories: interstitial fluid and plasma. Interstitial fluid is the larger fraction, 3/4 of ECF, and plasma is the smaller fraction, 1/4 of ECF. Interstitial fluid, it is separated from plasma through the capillary membrane, because you know that plasma leaks out of the capillary to form interstitial fluid. Blood, which is about the total volume of blood is 5 liters. 60% of your blood is 60% of your blood is about plasma and 40% is cells. The hematocrit value is basically the packed cell volume. When you centrifuge blood at a high speed in a hematocrit tube, we know that the red blood cells, they get packed into a compact space. They are packed one on top of the other, but still some of the plasma stays trapped between two red blood cells, which are one on top of the other. The hematocrit value is about 0.36 for males and 0.40 for females. A lower value, as far as these cutoff are concerned, represents a lower hematocrit, which actually tells you that the person suffers from anemia. And if the hematocrit is raised, this actually refers to the condition called polycythemia. That's it from my side. Thank you so much.